Welcome back to the Motormouth YouTube channel. We're the Motormouth Bros, Jack,
Charlie,
and today we have the Mini John Cooper Works.
So to tell you,
okay, that is fire. Dude, what the hell? That should go in the video.
that should go ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
That was pretty funny. Welcome back to the Motormouth YouTube channel. We're the Motormouth Bros, Jack,
Charlie,
and we have the Mini John Cooper Works today.
So to tell you a little bit about this car, it has a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, 7-speed dual clutch transmission. So personally, I have never driven a car with this much power before, and I think for the price point, it's a great deal to get a BMW engine. It's very fun, it feels pretty fast, and you definitely feel the turbo when you're driving.
Yeah, we were just driving to our spot where we're recording the video, and we've had a little bit of open road, and the engine is something else. It's loud, and especially when you get into the different experiences in the car, which we'll get into a bit later, super fun to be even in the passenger seat when someone else is driving. Definitely.
I mean, if I was looking to purchase a car as a young guy and I had the money, this would definitely be something that I would be interested in. It's super fun. It kind of feels like you're driving a go-kart. Kind of feels like you're in a video game with all the features on the screen. And you know, I've really enjoyed every second of driving this car. So we just made it to the highway here, and we're gonna check out some of the experiences of the car, some of the modes they have. Jack, would you want to flick it in go-kart mode for me?
We're gonna put it in S for subscribe, but in this car, it's called go-kart mode. We've just put it in go-kart mode now. We're out here on the UBC highway. This has quite the kick, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you can just hear the engine. You can, when you click it in that mode, even put it in that mode while you're driving, you can feel the pedal, you can feel the difference, you can feel the speed kind of kick up. Yeah, super awesome, super fun. You can see on the display here, the horsepower, the pound-feet of torque, and just what the car is kind of doing while you're driving it. I think that's super cool. Definitely makes you feel like you're in a video game.
Speaking of horsepower and pound-feet of torque that we see here on the display, this car comes equipped with 228 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. This thing definitely has some power.
So now after talking about the engine, Jack, let's see how the fuel economy is.
The fuel economy on this car is 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway. That's 37 miles per gallon on the highway.
To talk about the pricing of this car in Canada, it is $55,975. And Jack, tell us how much it is in the US.
And for the Signature Plus model, it's $40,600 American dollars. And then the Iconic model is $42,600 American dollars. So it's about a $2,000 increase per model you go up by. So now onto the interior. The thing about the Mini is that there's definitely some quirky features, but I feel like when you're purchasing a Mini, that's kind of what you're buying the whole car for. You have this very interesting circle display in the middle. I've literally never seen anything like this before other than in Minis. And I gotta say, pretty fantastic display.
I love it. I think it looks super cool. I think it's just a very cool screen and very unique.
Just going through the screen here, you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have a personal assistant named Spike. We haven't set that up yet, but I'm sure he's great. You can see the weather, you can see your fuel economy, the date. You got everything on here that you could possibly need. One of probably the coolest displays we've personally seen in a car. I think it's pretty great.
Yeah, to be fair, we haven't driven too many cars, but this is the top.
If this was in my car, I would be more than happy.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I don't love about the interior is the heads-up display. It kind of has this, it kind of looks cheap, kind of tacky display here. And honestly, I've changed the height of my seat and I can't see it too well. The speed and everything. I kind of have to adjust my position to see it. So
I can't see it from the passenger seat, so it's kind of just there's a screen sitting there. So it's kind of hard to give input on that, but you say you're not really a huge fan of it.
No, not at all. I'd rather have a really built-in display here, which they don't have. It's also kind of in the way.
So the front dash here has this canvas material, and it has this like checkerboard kind of pattern that goes across a little bit of it in red, which obviously matches the exterior of the car. I think that the canvas is a nice touch. I feel like it gives the car a little bit of character. I definitely prefer it to like piano black or something like that goes in a lot of cars, but I do think that a leather front dash is definitely my personal favorite, but I do think that this canvas gives it some nice character and is definitely a nice touch inside the car.
The seats on this car are super comfortable.
Really comfortable.
Feels like you're being hugged. It's an enjoyable experience. I was talking to one of my buddies about it the other day, and if I were to go on a 5-6 hour road trip with one other person, definitely a car that I think would be a blast. It's pretty spacious, and for a Mini this size, I wouldn't expect to have this much comfort and this much space.
Yeah, the front seat is super comfortable. The seats are like race car style, like kind of seats. I also noticed that when you let people into the back seat, it automatically moves the seat forward. Show like your head space.
Oh my God. What the f? How does anyone sit back here? Holy, get my head?
Put your hand up there to show it.
Yeah. Show his legs.
You can't show my legs.
It's definitely pretty tight back there for like people of our size. But
it's also a 2-door, so
yeah, it's kind of
annoying.
expected as well that
yeah,
it's not going to be the biggest back seat in the world when you purchase the car.
For sure. Now talking about the outside of the car, it honestly kind of just looks like any normal Mini. I think it's an iconic look. It's one of the only cars in the world where if you see it driving down the street, everyone knows what it is. Everyone sees it, they know that's a Mini Cooper.
It's up here with the Mini. You got the Volkswagen Beetle is another one.
For sure, you see those cars and you know them. And I really love that. I think if you're buying a car like this, you want that iconic look. You want to have people see what car you're driving, It's especially with the John Cooper Works, it's a car that you don't see as often as the normal Mini Cooper, and I think it stands out. It's cool, it's fun, it's an awesome car.
Something I really like about the exterior of the car is the paint job. You have those red racing stripes with the black rest of the car. It really makes it stand out, and this is definitely a car that when you see it driving down the street, you're like, wow, that is a pretty awesome looking car. And then when you're inside it, the engine is even better. Finally, the last thing we're going to talk about is the trunk space. Obviously not too big, and there is no power tailgate, but as I said before, it is a Mini. You're not really buying it for the spaciousness of the car. Now a classic segment that Andrea and Zach do. 2 things you like, 2 things you'd like to see improved.
For me, 2 things I do not like about the car. It's kind of hard to choose something because it's so amazing, but if I were to really nitpick, when you're driving, it gets a little bumpy going over some rough patches, which is, it's a small car, it's kind of what you expect, but if you're looking for a really smooth ride, you probably wouldn't get that out of this. And if I had to pick a second thing, I would say when you're driving at low speeds, you feel the transmission. It kind of feels like a manual car, and when you're stopped and you start, it kind of feels like it's pushing you forward, or if you're on a hill, you kind of fall back. So you just have to be wary of that when you first drive the car. Something I wasn't really expecting. I do wish that the car came with a manual option. It does not.
That's kind of surprising. I would think that they would have that.
I know. I think they took it away for the 2025, which, doesn't really make sense to me. I think if you're buying a car like this, it's fun, it's exciting. I don't really know why you wouldn't want that. I personally, if I were to buy this car, I would definitely want it to be a manual car. I can't drive manual, but I would learn.
John Cooper was using Minis to race back in the day, and those,
Yeah, sure
I almost
was.
guarantee you, were manual transmission.
100%. I think every car back then probably was.
Yeah, but...
Now, Jack, tell me 2 things that you like.
2 things I like about the car. First of all, the exterior, iconic look. You really can't beat the look of a Mini. It's one of those cars that when it goes down the street, you think, wow, that's a good looking car. And then the other thing that we really like, come on, the engine. Is there really anything that you can complain about with that?
Definitely not.
It's fantastic. I think that's like the biggest gimme in the car, that is definitely one of the highlights and one thing that we definitely both enjoyed.
Yeah, definitely capitalize on that. It's awesome. It's so much fun.
That is all from us today, driving the Mini John Cooper Works as our second review on the channel as the Motormouth Bros.
Thank you all for the supportive and kind comments on our last video. Hopefully we see more on this one.
Yeah, we definitely want to see some more comments down there. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.